Okay.
I love those little ones.
Smokehouse.
My feelings have changed, over the years, and I don't regret what I've done, despite the damage that it's caused to myself and my family and my friends, because I can't change the past. But at the same time, I think for me, they offered a solution to an inner anxiety, an inner discomfort, an inner feeling of disconnectedness that I had, prior to those experiences, not been able to fill or connect to. And it's just what I ended up finding, what I thought was my identity, a deeper identity, but and I thought that I was somehow able to reach states of mind that couldn't be reached without it. But now I don't really feel that way. I think that there's different things you can do to access different parts of your mind, and what it will help you access is the dark parts real quick. It's hard to be true to yourself and to other people and not feel exposed. It feels dangerous, it feels embarrassing. And so to be under the influence of something made it seem like it was easier. Deeper levels that some people think are easier to access when they're under the influence of mushrooms or acid or peyote or something like that. The way I look at it is, it might take a lot longer through meditation, but that you will access those same places. But it takes patience and it takes work. It's like you want an answer to life before you're done with life. You want an answer that you're not going to get until your life is over. Hopefully, I accessed parts of my mind that I wasn't ready to access, and that's why it became more and more damaging for me, because I feel like I opened a Pandora's box in myself, and it was always trying to get control back after that. I think that's the irony of the whole concept of drugs. When you say expand your mind, on some levels, my mind's been expanded to levels of pain that not everybody is. Not that everybody has their own pain, but obviously, there's certain kinds of pain that you find when you're taking heavy drugs. Not that I wasn't educated. I mean, I had the people come to my school and tell me the problems with drugs and what's going to happen if you take drugs and all this and that. I don't think I had a relationship with somebody that I really respected and looked up to, who was telling me about the real do's and don'ts, and was telling me about, not just making it look all bad, because I think if you just make anything look all bad, then the kids they're gonna do it. Right. But ultimately, I think it's individual. I remember there's just a different. I remember when you and I were messing around with things pretty early on there. We were pretty young, like 11 or 12, yeah. And I remember we got back together a couple of weeks later, and you told your dad. You remember that? And I was like, what? You told your dad? Oh my God, we are screwed. And and I look back on that and I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. That you could actually feel safe enough to tell your dad, and that your dad said what he said. I mean, your dad didn't just like freak out on you. Yeah. From what you told me then, it was like he just told you his experience. It sounded like the things that were attractive about it, and all, but more importantly, the things that weren't.
And never being able to let anyone help her, which we all tried to do at one point. And she always felt within her heart that the things she was going through, she could handle, and that's what usually people do. They all, we all think that we can take care of our problems. Mm-hmm. But, we need each other to help us out of these things. But you have to be willing to, number one, admit that there is a problem. you know, and if you can't admit there's a problem, then there won't be a solution to it. It's just a negative gene in our makeup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were born with. I got it from and my grandfather, Emile Porée. He was a drinker. I don't know about Mr. Bernard, but I would imagine he was too. And then my dad was a drinker. The drinking was an escape thing from difficulties in my life that I was having, and I figured, you know, drinking was an easy way to forget it, but it didn't. It just compounded it. I just finally woke up one morning and decided that I wasn't going to drink anymore, and I stopped, and that was it. I saw it manifested in myself. I saw it in your mother. I see it in Bev. I see it in my children. Once you realize this, you either continue it and end up destroying yourself, or I do believe that all of the things that I ended up stopping doing and becoming more productive was because I prayed a lot to stop it, because it's a weakness and it's also a disease, and you know, you can only do so much and you need to have it treated. And I just was fortunate. I think prayer got me back on track. And if you need help, you have to have you know, you shouldn't have too much pride to seek help. I went to AA meetings and I never felt like I was really an alcoholic. I knew I had a drinking problem. I never in my heart believed that I was. And I haven't had a drink or a cigarette since 1985.